Did you know K-Flock's trial started today? Reporters from inside the courtroom wrote, "Day one of K-Flock's trial is over. The prosecutors are not ready. They're stuttering many words, not answering the judge's questions, and not supplying much evidence to defend K-Flock's lawyer's defense." They also noted K-Flock looked emotional at the end of his trial day. Being his first trial, it makes sense. However, his lawyers whispered in his ear saying they're going to win this, so much so that Flock's legal team shared a message from him in jail.
I know what's going on, man. Flock, I know something. Man, like, free me to the guys, man. Hey, yo, like, I'll be back real soon. Shout out to my fans and my supporters, man. I love all y'all, man. For all of you out there, violence, man. For me, and do what y'all supposed to do, man. For me, get through life correctly, bro. Like, get money. So, man, I'll see you real soon.
But to understand when his release date is, it's important to understand the description of the crime. The trial reads that on December 23rd, 2021, rapper K-Flock, officially known as Kevin Perez, was involved in the passing of a man named Oscar Hernandez. On that day, you see Flock walking down a sidewalk in the city with two other individuals. He's wearing a blue coat, shiesty mask, and designer jeans. As Flock walks past a barbershop, Oscar Hernandez notices him from inside. Once Flock passed the shop, Oscar runs out to yell at him saying, "What are you looking at?" With Oscar and K-Flock having history with each other, they began an argument, shouting back and forth. Once the conversation is over, Oscar Hernandez is seen walking away from Flock. However, with Oscar's back turned to Flock, Flock quickly whipped out his firearm and used it against Oscar. Flock hit Oscar multiple times as he tried running back to the barbershop for help. Once Flock stopped firing, he quickly fled the scene, leaving Oscar lying on the sidewalk by himself. Luckily for Oscar, witnesses from the scene dialed 911 in an attempt to save his life. Paramedics arrived on scene and transferred him to the local New York hospital, where he unfortunately passed away. All that was left at the scene were shell casings and Oscar's slides that he was wearing. The NYPD had no idea what happened for 24 hours. They'd collect the security footage from the crime, but had no clue who the masked man was. But this is when the NYPD turned to the public for help. They posted this photo of the suspect online, asking for any help in identifying the individual. Unfortunately for Flock, only hours before he committed the crime to Oscar, he posted pictures of himself wearing the blue designer jacket that he was wearing during the crime. Fans picked up on this once news about the incident went around, and they were quick to rat him out. During his last remaining hours as a free man, he hired one of the best lawyers in the game, met up with him, and walked into the NYPD's 30th precinct. His lawyer then put out this statement: "Yesterday, I accompanied Kevin as he self-surrendered to detectives in the 30th precinct. Arrangements were immediately made with NYPD once I learned he was wanted. As to the charges against him, we have begun our investigation into these allegations. We will address bail once we have had a chance to review the case and further investigate the DA's noteworthy disclosure." K-Flock's lawyer was then given all the evidence the feds had, and he believes K-Flock was acting in self-defense.
When the guy hits the ground and is found, he's got a loaded that was in his pocket that his hand was on at the time. We consider that to be self-defense.
So he did take him in self-defense.
That's what the allegation is. I don't want to talk too much about the details of the case,
Okay.
but the government claims that he pulled the... But at the same time, the person that was on the ground had his hand on a illegal loaded.
Okay. So without saying too much, you're arguing obviously self-defense.
That could be one of the arguments, self-defense. And I would say to the public, somebody's walking up to you with a loaded, it's pretty clear he's going to use it, with a criminal record a mile long. Do you want to get or do you not want to?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't hesitate to pull the...
Shortly after, the NYPD released their statement on the situation. As they state, they believe the incident was a result of a long-time beef between street teams, mostly due to K-Flock's long-term affiliation with a Bronx-based street team. It's on record that Flock was heavily involved in street-related acts in the past. With Flock having fame in the streets, he had lots of control over situations and was constantly targeted when his opponents would retaliate. This ended up destroying his name in the rap industry fast, leading to his best friend saying,
"Okay, but so I saw some fans who were off at both me and academics after K-Flock got locked up because just because I guess in our tone when we talked about it, it might have seemed like we were being a little too presumptuous. But is that weird for you? Because I'm sure you see people all the way from rappers to whoever acting like your boy is just done and he's cooked in this situation.
I ain't gonna lie, people, especially people that don't even be knowing, y'all don't even know what's going on, bro.
Yeah. Which is when rapper Top 5 called K-Flock when in jail, and he had a message for his fans.
"Talk to them, Flock. Talk to them, my dog. Soon come home, man. You got these little boys walking around with no jewels, Flock. They need you. They need you, Flock.
I'm coming, man.
This even resulted in Bobby reacting to Flock's case.
What's it like for you watching the K Flock thing happen? That's crazy. Next big artist coming out of New York.
I love Flock, so I like that. That's my guy.
Okay.
But you know, I'm wishing him the best right now. You know what I'm saying? And you know, for the alleged charges they pushing on him, you know what I'm saying? I'm wishing his family the best. I'm wishing the whole team the best and everything, you know what I'm saying? And I hope he beat them alleged charges, you know what I'm saying? Because he got a lot of future brightness he got, and I hope, you know what I'm saying?
That would be a sad story if that's the end of the
No, we ain't gonna think like that, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta stay positive.
However, as K-Flock's lawyers were preparing his defense, he'd be hit with even more charges. With the announcement, K-Flock was indicted by a federal grand jury for multiple new racketeering conspiracy charges, also known as RICO charges. Fans online reacted to the news sharing. K-Flock just caught a RICO, it's over. DJ Academics also said, feds just unsealed an indictment on K-Flock for a RICO charge. The mandatory minimum if he doesn't beat those charges or snitch is life in prison. He still is facing state charges that have him locked up, which relates to how the feds have treated YNW Melly, with Boozy saying, when the feds want you, they'll do anything to get you.
When they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. So it'd be 8-4.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know, they waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, they could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. Just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
But this had his lawyers reacting to the RICO charges by saying, we're not surprised by the federal charges, as we've been fighting Kevin's state charges for over a year now. Considering the incident was a clear act of self-defense, it wasn't a strong charge. But the fact that it's now being used as a basis for a penalty charge is extraordinary. On video, it is crystal clear that Kevin was about to be affected after attempting to walk away from the other person. Only then did Kevin use an item to defend himself and another from an armed team member who was about to pull out his item from his pocket. The feds are bringing out every tactic to get evidence on K-Flock, which led them to his co-defendant Sticky. With Academics reporting, K-Flock co-defendant Sticky says they came to him to ask him to snitch on K-Flock, and he told them, no, I'll see you in 30 years. As he shared this Instagram post of Sticky and K-Flock on the street with a caption saying, did stuff at RL together, guess we gotta defend our freedom against these people together. They said, tell us about Kevin, help yourself, 30 years is a long time, well guess I'll see you in 30 years. This is great and bad news for K-Flock. The good is that his co-defendant is staying loyal till the end. However, there are many more people involved than just the two of them. There are 15 people minimum being targeted for this charge, making it extremely likely someone will snitch on him, which feels similar to Lil Durk's case, as many reports of people came out saying people were snitching on him, but it turned out false, because it was reported on Durk saying Durk found out his co-defendant OTF Vani filed for protective custody when they came to court together this week. This got the attention of Durk's best friend Bezu, who told everyone to calm down.
No motherfucker know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real, for real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the be going on for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all done threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about Vonnie a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on for real. My kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them put under the jails.
With all this going on, we finally heard from K-Flock himself. K-Flock was on FaceTime with his friends in the free world. It's unknown how he got FaceTime in jail, but these photos of him show he's looking worried and possibly has been crying on the inside. He doesn't look like the regular confident K-Flock we're all used to seeing. The call only lasted around 20 seconds, which I can't share due to copyright, but these photos give us a clear picture of how K-Flock is looking these days and how he feels on his current case.